bulanda mweza kusikia. Mnasikia ati Ruto amepigwa na butua kuona Mike Sonko amefungua pia chama yake. Mike Sonko amefungua chama yake na maana campaign wanaanza kusema ati ndio president 2027. Na kwambia mambo ni bulanda mweza kusikia. Mike Sonko hapo anapiga campaign, alafu ako na chama yake anangojea tu mwenzake chama ishike chini. Wakenya naye mwaamua kuamuka tu na kuangusha vitu zenu. Hebu sikiza Mike Sonko hapa.
Mike Sonko is back in the limelight, and this time he's made sure his return is grandiose. I say this because Sonko has officially launched his own political party dubbed Nedp, which stands for National Economic Development Party. In fact, here he is donning a scarf branded with party colors moments after being fully registered. Now, in line with that, in this video I want us to look into some of the reasons why Mike Sonko has decided to launch his National Economic Development Party. And so with no further ado, let's get after it. Now, the first reason for birthing this party is revenge. You see, Sonko finally has a political vehicle that he can use to punish Kasongo. Because remember, a little while back, Ruto lied to Sonko about giving him trinkets in exchange of his support, but he never did it. Just listening to this tip of Sonko raising the issue shortly after elections.
Hii mambo ya Gen Z was a time bomb in waiting. Sababu ya utapeli, ya uongo, kudanganya watu. Mimi tulikaa chini na Rais Ruto, kina Kindiki, ule kaira chama anaitwa Mawara, tukafanya mkataba. Nikamwambia wewe wacha Kalonzo, njoo tufanye serikali because wewe umepoteza, Kalonzo amepoteza, amekosa deputy president, wewe umekosa Mombasa, tukafanya mkataba vizuri. Media mkaitwa. Nikamwambia ambassadors 8 Sonko utapewa watu yako. Nikamwambia parastatal nitapewa 6. Nitapewa mapiesi 3. Baada waapishwe, hakuna kitu niliona. Ni utapeli tu mtupu, conman.
So as Alfred Mutua tries to bring his Maendeleo chap to Ukambani to basically try and balance Kalonzo, he'll find NEDP waiting for him. So mambo kitaramba huyu jamaa huyu Kasongo, because in Ukambani there is no space. It is Wiper or NEDP. Unless of course, if this party was designed from the get-go to sabotage Kalonzo in Ukambani, just like what Moses Kwe did to Karish in Mbeere North. But personally, I highly doubt that's the case, much as many are saying it, because any Kamba going against Kalonzo at this juncture is just committing political suicide. It's like a Kalenjin going against William Ruto in 2022. All those people are unemployed today. Keter and others are good examples. Look at Gideon Moi and Raymond Moi. So I don't think Sonko would go down that road. The second reason behind the launch of this NEDP party is to help fast-track the recall of Sonko's impeachment. Because according to Sonko, he has exhausted all his avenues of appeal, but he is yet to exhaust his avenues of review. And to add on to that, he claims he has new evidence. Just listening to this.
I'm very sure you're all aware that I lost all my appeals at the court, all the way from the High Court, Court of Appeal, the Supreme Court, and I'm admitting that I lost. But guys are just talking just for the sake of talking. Yeah, they are expressing law in a way that favors them. I want you guys to look at Article 193, sub-Article 3. It talks about the eligibility of a candidate. Yeah? Article 193, sub-Article 3 says, if you have an impeachment or you're facing any decision or a sentence, like mine, the impeachment, you have to exhaust all avenues of appeals. It doesn't end there, or reviews. I agree. I've exhausted my appeals. I've not exhausted my reviews. I have new evidence that has come. The move of my impeachment, and somebody was intimidated to lie about me. Yeah, the speaker will preside over my impeachment. He has said he was intimidated to lie. The move of the current governor of Isiolo, who was the leader of majority at that time, he has sworn an affidavit as well, which is before the Supreme Court, and said he was forced also to lie. Yeah, these facts are also before the Senate. Yeah, the Senate also wrote a letter to the Supreme Court. They have withdrawn all their earlier negative affidavits about me. Yeah, so I've not exhausted my reviews. I've got very good fresh grounds for review. And once you file those particular grounds, the position, not Sonko, the position says to have an active review before any court will be on the ballot.
So by Sonko having a party and probably going for the presidency, it puts that extra oomph of pressure on the judiciary to treat his matter with utmost urgency. So I suspect soon enough, Mike Sonko will finally be getting his review. I don't know if the review will go his way or not, but he will be getting that review because he has found new political relevance. His case is now worth looking at. Now, the third reason behind Mike Sonko launching his NEDP party is probably to get a tax write-off. Because remember, just the other day, Mike Sonko's billions, which were frozen, finally got released through a historic court ruling. So in order for him to keep most of that money, he might need to wash this cash to get a tax write-off. And what better way to do that other than clubs, sadaka, or campaigns? And more so a presidential campaign, because you can convert the cash to euros or dollars and store it in your basement and claim you used it all during campaigns. Who can prove it? And for those who doubt that Sonko actually has that kind of money, they must remember that during the Chan tournament, Sonko promised to give Harambee Stars 400 million Kenya shillings of his own money if they were to win the tournament. In fact, here's a tip.
Let us strike another deal with the Harambee Stars. If you qualify pekeke for the finals hivi, mkishashinda semi, hiyo mitaso ine yangu, haki ya Mungu napelekea Kasongo Ikulu. Kasongo nakuletea pesa in cash, uchanganya na ile yako, wakishinda wewe wapatie vijana yetu. Kwa sababu hii ma $1 million, $2 million, euro 10,000, 20,000 nimewapea sana, wamezikula Harambee Stars. But this time round, you'll be billionaires.
So yeah, it's a nice way to make money disappear. And take note, this is just the beginning. I'm not talking about the disappearance of money. That is part and parcel of Kenya. I'm talking about more parties being launched. Some will be launched with genuine causes. Perhaps the party leader believes they can do something good for the country. There'll be a lot of briefcase parties also being launched to come and destroy credible candidates like we saw in Mbeere North, the way Moses Kuria was used and that other guy called Mbui. So this is going to be normal. It's going to be the norm. Expect it from now moving forward. The only issue is we can't know if it's a Trojan horse or if it's a white horse. We can only know this as we near elections, because then you'll now see people rearranging themselves to whichever political side they resonate with or that birthed them for that matter. Anywho guys, that's just my opinion on the matter. Let's see what Kenyans the next had to say about this, and I quote. Felix said, Kalonzo amepata kiboko chake. Lower eastern parts of Nairobi and coast. Haki siasa za Kenya ni ngumu sana. Sasa Gachagua arudi kwa meza afanye hesabu tena. This guy is assuming Sonko was sent to ruin Kalonzo's numbers in those regions. Untu said, another wheelbarrow by Kasongo. Ed Nyabok said, I suspect he's holding brief for Kasongo to scatter wiper votes in Ukambani. Muya Meshak said, if Kalonzo happens to be a presidential flag bearer, then Sonko will be weaker than his son-in-law. Gagula said, bro was always a card that was gonna be used strategically to harass and degrade Kalonzo's influence in his home base. Bro might also be cleared to go for Machakos governor position. Sultan of Brunei said he has been bought to divide and spoil the Kamba vote. Hii mchezo wa town tunaijua sana. Skip said, with Kalonzo Musyoka EGH becoming president, Kamba people will need another kingpin. He is being groomed. Overcome evil with good said, Kasongo handbag party to compete with Wiper to prevent Kalonzo from becoming president. Kenyans know many more are coming, especially in areas where Kasongo knows he's been rejected.
Let us give it up to Sonko,
yes,
for being a political survivor he has been.
Yeah. So what is the symbol of the party?
They have not yet declared it.
Yes.
I don't know whether it's going to be money
or
because
tractor ya Raila. Ama tinga ile ya Raila wame revive.
Tinga itakuwa hama sasa. He drives some very good big SUVs.
Yeah.
So sijui what his political sign will be. We are yet to find out. But this just happened a few hours ago. Because we have seen many leaders who come and go and vanish, especially when they're not in office. Sonko says in his impeachment has been very vocal, has been very, very active with the service for Mwananchi, and him forming his own political party is a survival stunt.
Yeah,
I would say so.
Hii ni chama ya Wakenya, ni chama ya wananchi wote. Hii ni mwanzo mpya kwa Wakenya. Tumechoka na zile vyama vya zamani. Sisi sasa tunasikia chama gani. Since I was in nursery school, we are hearing of names who have been there for decades. Today, hii ni mwamko mpya. We have a party that I'm the interim party leader. Maybe I can give, it's too early for us to wenda kwa hiyo. We shall be having maybe coalition agreements. But can even go all the way to the ballot. We can fix even a presidential candidate. Na si lazima ikuwe Sonko. Any guy with presidential ambitions atakuja kwa ballot yetu through the democratic process, as I've said, akichaguliwa, will sponsor him all the way to the ballot. So this is the party of all Kenyans. Hatukwamba kuongea mambo sijui ya Wiper, sijui Kasongo, sijui gani. Sisi we are a party of our own. Yes.
Will you be running for any office under this party?
Who now, me or our candidates? Is a question to me or the excellent? Yeah, I know where you are heading to. You want to talk about my impeachment, which is a very good question. I'm very sure you are all aware that I lost all my appeals at the court, all the way from the High Court, Court of Appeal, the Supreme Court, and I'm admitting that I lost. But guys are just talking just for the sake of talking. Yeah, they are expressing law in a way that favors them. I want you guys to look at Article 193, sub-Article 3. It talks about the eligibility of a candidate. Yeah, Article 193, sub-Article 3 says if you have an impeachment or you're facing any decision or a sentence like mine, the impeachment, you have to exhaust all avenues of appeals. It doesn't end there, or reviews. I agree, I've exhausted my appeals, but I've not exhausted my reviews. I have new evidence that has come. The move of my impeachment, and somebody was intimidated to lie about me. Yeah, the speaker will preside over my impeachment. He has said he was intimidated to lie. The move of the second, the current governor of Isiolo, who was the leader of majority at that time, he has sworn an affidavit as well, which is before the Supreme Court, and said he was forced also to lie. Yeah, these facts are also before the Senate. Yeah, the Senate also wrote a letter to the Supreme Court. They have withdrawn all their earlier negative affidavits about me. Yeah, so I've not exhausted my reviews. I've got very good fresh grounds for review. And once you file those particular grounds, the Constitution, not Sonko, the Constitution says if you have an active review before any court, will be on the ballot. Yeah.
Majama, mimi ni bulanda.
Ati black chocolate ni fine melanin bana kutoka nikapate. Kanapenda kenye mi wanapenda, so kanapenda toto chupa na hali ya nono.
Madam na kudai, umedunga mini na unapenda mangwai. Una dance fit, unawacha nikismile. Ama niko high, you are nice, nice.
Kono moja mbele, gine yende rembe. Baila, baila.